All right, and we are live. So welcome back to Dapp University. So today we got a lot to talk about in our live stream. I want to talk about some personal news that you need to know if you've been following this channel and have been part of the Dapp University community. And if you're not, you definitely want to tune into this as well, especially if you're trying to become a blockchain developer in 2022. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look live at the news updates that have happened in this space since yesterday. Again, we do these live streams Monday through Friday on this channel. Just subscribe, turn on notifications down below. You're going to find out about those whenever we go live. We're going to answer some of your questions and a whole lot more. And if you're not able to get the notifications on YouTube, sometimes people say, hey, I don't get notified whenever the live streams go on, then definitely you can follow me on Twitter. Okay, I'll show you my Twitter here. You can just go follow and then turn on tweet notifications. I usually tweet out a live stream link whenever we go live as well. So you'll be the first to know. So we got people jumping in the chat here. We got Above Realty, CodeChap, Technically, Automatic Beats, Kodia, Look at the Bigger Picture, Tebo, Larry, Rodrigo, Jaya, Tim, Bruno, welcome, Bitnik. All right, so let's jump into this. So I have got some big news if you're trying to become a blockchain developer in 2022. So you might have seen this in my video that I published on Monday. I released a little bit of an Easter egg on this, so congrats if you saw that. But I want to come out and officially make the announcement today, okay? So, 2022 is definitely an amazing time to become a blockchain developer. It's one of the fastest ways to break into the industry and, change your career and to have a ton of opportunity in Web 3.0 aside from, just speculating on crypto for the long term. Of course, that's not bad. I do it too. But, blockchain's the best way for people to do that. And up until this point, the Dapp University Blockchain Bootcamp has helped thousands and thousands of people change their careers and break into the blockchain industry. And up to this point, I've been super convinced that it's the best value on the market, but I've actually outdone myself with the Blockchain Bootcamp 2.0, which is going to launch on Thursday, July 14th. Okay, so we're getting a major overhaul from the bootcamp. It's getting way better from the one that we launched before, and I'm super excited to announce that we're going to roll this out really soon. So there's a special link over at dappuniversity.com. Let me just find it really quickly to hold your spot for the special launch event. Okay, let me pull this from my screen here. So over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp, I've got an opt-in that's going to get you early access to all of the special launch event features. So if you signed up with the bootcamp link before, you need to re-sign up with your email, but definitely go check out that page. It's going to have everything that you need to know in order to hold your spot. So I'm super excited about this. I think you guys are going to really see that there's something special in store here. So we'll hold some time for the bootcamp FAQ. We'll do some FAQ towards the end of the video if you have any specific questions about the version 2.0 launch. I don't want to make the entire video today just about the bootcamp stuff, but I want to get that announcement out of the way. You're going to be seeing some more videos about that on the channel. I want to look at some other news updates that have happened in the space since our live stream yesterday because some cool stuff, came out. But yeah, we'll hold a time of Q&A towards the end of the video. Let's jump into another big update right here about Uniswap. So, of course, Uniswap is one of the most popular decentralized applications on Ethereum, okay? It's a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange where you just swap tokens where you say, hey, I have this cryptocurrency, I want that cryptocurrency, and you just, click swap, and they have this magic on the back end, the automated market maker technology that does all that for you, okay? So Uniswap has made a big announcement that they are acquiring the Genie NFT swap aggregator, okay? So what is that? Wrong article here. So basically, Genie is a decentralized application that essentially lets people buy and sell NFTs across multiple, let's see here, NFT marketplaces. So let's say you have NFTs that can be bought and sold on OpenSea, and the NFTs that can be bought and sold on something that will look rare, for example. So basically, what you can do is you try to get the best price by using a single application that finds the best price on a certain marketplace and then does the swap. So it's kind of like a 1inch exchange, for example, is another DEX aggregator where you can say like, hey, I want to trade cryptocurrency tokens. And, basically it'll find the best price for you. It plugs into different cryptocurrency exchanges to do that. So Uniswap is kind of doing the same thing with this NFT aggregator. If you want to buy and sell NFTs, now they have that capability on their platform. So this is a big expansion to where Uniswap's not just swapping tokens anymore, you're also swapping NFTs. And it's also the first that I've seen where Uniswap is, integrated into other dApps and marketplaces to do that type of thing. So I've seen some mixed sort of opinions about this floating around online. People are like, hey, like Uniswap is, focusing too much on other things and not, doubling down on their core use case and kind of diluting their focus. But some people think it's a big deal because, this makes Uniswap way more of a one-stop shop for everything that you might want to trade on top of the blockchain. For example, like if you want to swap cryptocurrency, you can do it here. If you want to swap NFTs, you can do it here. And that actually strengthens the value proposition of using an application like Uniswap in the first place. So let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? I think it's a cool development. And I think we're going to see more stuff like this come out, especially while the space is slower, and everybody who's sort of checked out while cryptocurrency prices are down are going to come back and see a very different landscape than the one they did before. Someone wants to see a Rust. Let's see. Somebody wants to see a Rust Golang tutorial. We might do that. It's less popular, and a lot of that stuff's harder for most people to learn, but we might do it. We'll see. If there's enough demand, we might do it. We did just put out a recent Solidity tutorial, so definitely go check this out. We'll put this out on Friday, so if you're trying to get your feet with the Solidity programming language, this is a great primer. This is updated for the latest version, 0.8 release. Somebody says for reducing as to buy in bulk, reduce gas. Yeah, definitely. So this is waiting for a Foundry mastery course. So somebody asked me yesterday about Web 5 and what I think about it. So we can talk about Web 5 here for a minute. I'm going to put out a detailed video probably this Friday on Web 5, okay? But some people are like, hey, what is this Web 5 thing? What do I need to think about it as a blockchain developer? Let me just find it. When I Google Web 5, there's actually something else called Web 5 that is not quite as, it's not the crypto thing we were thinking of. Let's see here. I'm trying to actually find the Web 5 landing page. Okay, here it is, the TBD site. So, what is Web 5? We're going to talk about this in the video on Friday. I'm going to give you my full thoughts, but I'll give you a quick rundown because people have been asking me about this. Like, what is Web 5? What should I think about it? So essentially, Jack Dorsey is the, former CEO of Twitter. Okay. He is also is CEO of what was Square that is now Block, which owns this thing that has created Web 5. So, basically Web 5 is bringing decentralized applications to Bitcoin through the Lightning Network. So what is that? So, Bitcoin is a blockchain that was really built for one purpose only, which is essentially to create a peer-to-peer digital cash system that lets people do borderless peer-to-peer transactions, right? Censorship-resistant transactions with Bitcoin. And that's really all the Bitcoin blockchain is designed to do. It's got like some ability to do some simple scriptings and stuff like that, but you can't really create apps on Bitcoin, like sophisticated apps, okay? And really that's what that's like why Ethereum was created in the first place. It was like, hey, this Bitcoin thing's cool, but we want to create something where we can actually create a world computer. Like that was Vitalik's vision when they created Ethereum in the first place. So they could create smart contracts to be robust, Turing complete programs that would actually, power sophisticated applications. Okay. And so basically we see an answer to that with Bitcoin. So how does it work? Well, essentially you've got this thing called the Lightning Network, which is a layer 2 for Bitcoin. So Lightning is essentially a way to speed up and reduce cost of transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain with this special layer 2. And what Web 5 is trying to do is basically create a layer to create more sophisticated applications with Lightning Network Okay. So, and what are my potential thoughts on this? So, I mean, like my initial thought on this, essentially, is all due respect to Jack. Like Jack's built some pretty impressive stuff with Twitter. Okay, um, you know, of course he gets a lot of criticism from a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. But respect where credit is due, and respect where respect is due. He's accomplished a lot of crazy stuff, so I definitely want to preface what I'm about to say with that. But that being said, like there's some stuff about Web 5 that kind of seems like it's got an axe to grind against Web 3.0. That's the whole idea, is that like we're taking the Web 3.0 ideas and we don't like the infrastructure of Web 3.0, so we're gonna put this on Bitcoin. It feels like it's got an axe to grind because Jack is he's never had many good things to say about blockchains like Ethereum or other smart contract platforms. Right, he definitely thinks that Bitcoin is the superior cryptocurrency, superior blockchain, and for that reason, is the only one that's decentralized enough to actually be worthy of creating decentralized applications, and therefore, dApps belong on Bitcoin and nothing else. That's kind of what it feels like, okay? If you think I'm dead wrong or have a different perspective, let me know in the comment section below. So, my other thoughts on this essentially are that, Web 5 has a long way to go in order to really, gain adoption. Because, Jack should know this, a social network is only valuable if it's actually got people using it. Well, not that many people use the Lightning Network in the first place, okay? And, Ethereum has a very large, market share in terms of actual adoption. So, if you look at different smart contract platforms, Ethereum's got a pretty big head start. We're talking in terms of TVL, 63% of the entire market share. Okay, TVL is not a perfect metric, right? Because cryptocurrency prices highly affect TVL. But yeah, it's not always the most superior technology that, gains dominant market share. Sometimes it's the one that just has the most network effect. Because think about it, in order to create a world computer or decentralized application ecosystem, you need a lot of users, you need a lot of applications, you need a lot of stuff to make it worthwhile, right? It doesn't matter if it's faster and cheaper if nobody uses it, right? So I'm not saying that it couldn't become that, but they have a huge chasm to cross in order to get that network effect. Okay, so the caveat to that is that Web 5 could be because Bitcoin's such a huge name that it could have some sort of advantage at gaining adoption. That is a caveat here, right? But I want to be very clear about the hurdle that it has to overcome in order to get that. So, a lot of developers are asking me hey, should we be focused on this? I think some of that comes from two different angles. One is it's fear and opportunity are the two angles that people typically think about this from. One is fear of your skills becoming irrelevant because something else is coming out. I see this all the time. It gets worse in crypto because people have financial incentives to shill their technology. You know what I mean? It happens in private sector too with publicly traded companies, but still or not publicly traded companies, but a lot of stuff, right? But it's worse in crypto. Basically people think oh, everything that I'm learning is not going to be relevant anymore because something else is coming out that's going to be better, right? I don't think you have to worry about that with something like Web 5. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Let's stretch the imagination if it does. The other thing is big opportunity, which is people thinking, oh, I'm going to go learn this new hot thing before everybody else does. So there could be some opportunity there. I would just be wary of the time investment that it actually takes to really get that expertise, because if it doesn't really take off, then you have a lot of sort of sunk time on something that didn't gain as much traction as it was hyped up to do. So that's why I try to focus on things that have a robust developer ecosystem now, which is definitely the Ethereum ecosystem, with all the available developer tools, all the applications and stuff like that, because you want to plant a tree where there's a lot of opportunity long term, but also a lot of resources now, and that's the best opportunity. And in the day, if you learn Solidity, you learn Ethereum-based technologies, you can apply that to all these other chains, right? There's dozens of other chains that use that exact same tech. Only a small fraction are kind of doing their own thing that don't incorporate that at all. So that's my take. Could it be a cool thing like Web 5 long term? Yeah, it definitely could. Right now, sort of feels like it's got an agenda behind it, and I don't know if that agenda is strong enough to like really carry it across the chasm to become a widely adopted technology. We'll see. We'll see. That's just my initial take for now. I'm open-minded. I will change my mind over time in light of new convincing information, but that's what it feels like right now. Somebody says we just skipped over Web 4 because Web 3 is taking too long. That's right. We skipped past Web 3. We skipped past Web 4 onto Web 5. Everyone wants. Somebody says Snoop is working on Web 8. All right, so let's go ahead and. Somebody says Elon said it. Web 69. Awesome. All right, so we'll check on crypto markets here. So, I mean, it seems like we're kind of still in the same story, different day here. Let's just see here. Let me pull this up on my screen. So, I mean, I don't have a lot to say about crypto right now, right? I think we're kind of in the same story that I've been saying for weeks here, which is, there's no reason to be overly bullish until we get some sort of clarification about what's going on in the broader economy. That being said, I don't think there's a strong reason. That's of course not financial advice, right? Not financial advice. I don't see a strong reason to be like overly bearish. I think there's a lot of people who are overly bearish. Who are just like, yeah, everything's gonna go like way lower. Like we're just getting started. Like the apocalypse is coming. I mean, the herd tends to think that after like really bad stuff has already happened. I mean, Bitcoin is already like bad stuff has already happened. I'm not trying to say, oh, it can't get any worse. That's not true. But I think the overwhelming bearishness that we see right now, the herd tends to get that way closer to the bottom. And I do think we're closer to the bottom, significantly closer to the bottom than the top. I mean, that could be famous last words. Again, not financial advice. I don't claim to know the future. I made an entire live stream video yesterday saying you should be very skeptical of people who claim to tell you with any degree of accuracy what the future holds. But I have to think about things in terms of probability. And to me, the probability is that, if we start going significantly lower than we are now, there's a huge risk reward. Like the risk reward just keeps getting better and better and better for the long term. For people who are like, yeah, if I buy, Bitcoin, it's going to like 3-4x, right? If it keeps dropping from here. And that's a pretty solid bet on something that has a long price history like Bitcoin over these large time frames. I mean, Bitcoin has, let's see here, since December of 2020, basically. So is that basically 19 months? Bitcoin has 19 months of price history above the current price levels. Okay. So if it continues to go lower, it gets dropped. Like the likelihood that in the future you're going to have at least 19 months of time. Let's say it's half that. Let's say it's 10 months, 9-10 months of time where you could exit that position and profit and take profits at some average sell price. That's assuming it just gets back to its previous all-time high. Like the risk reward scenario is going to get better and better and better. That's how I feel. Okay, so. And there's people who are just going to start getting greedy. They don't want the price to fall much further because they just want to scoop it up. So we can see what's going on with the stock market here. Let's see here. So we're seeing a little bit of green in stocks today. I mean, I think we're kind of in a waiting game. We're in a waiting game to find what's going on here. Code Chat thinks that there is more room to come. All right, so got some questions in the chats. People are asking about from the difference between what will happen if you're in Bootcamp 1.0, 2.0. So if you are in Bootcamp 1.0, you will get special instructions on what to do for Bootcamp 2.0. Make sure you're subscribed on the email list, and I will send out official instructions on how to get access to that. It's here. So this will be over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. There's the sign up link right there to hold your spot. Let's see here. I had some other questions. I want to make sure. So some other questions. So what's the difference between 1 versus 2? So 2 is definitely the new and improved version. So it goes beyond version 1. Okay. Basically, we're definitely using all of the updated tools and technologies for 2022. We are using covering more advanced topics on Solidity in addition to the original, Bootcamp 1. Yeah, we got a really awesome custom design user interface for the new Bootcamp 2 application. There's a lot of amazing stuff. Somebody says we'll give will there be ability for Bootcamp customers to yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, make sure that you were signed up on the email list down below. There'll be special instructions if you're part of the Bootcamp already. So let's see here. Especially we're gonna use Hard Hat. Yeah, we're gonna use Hard Hat. Yeah, we're gonna use Hard Hat. We're gonna use Ethers.js. We're gonna use latest version of Solidity. We'll still use React. A lot more. How should I start a coding journey if I have zero knowledge of coding, Web3 development, all that stuff? Yeah, definitely go check out that YouTube video pinned to my YouTube homepage. That's going to help you give the step-by-step path to becoming a Web 3.0 developer. And then definitely hold your spot for the Bootcamp 2.0 launch. Definitely go check that out. This is the sign-up page over here at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. So why do I only focus on Ethereum? So that's a good question. So Ethereum basically has the largest developer community out there. It's also the largest base of users out there. And if you can develop for Ethereum, you can develop for lots of other blockchains as well. Yeah, it's where the most demand is. So if you're gonna focus on something and actually invest in yourself, that's the best way to break into the blockchain industry and actually get a lot of opportunity. You have to focus. You can't just go learn a million things, especially if you're starting from scratch or you don't have a ton of technical experience. Even experienced developers, like, you can't learn a million things and learn them well. So you got to pick, and if you're gonna pick, you should pick the thing that has the most users, the most demand, all that type of stuff, and where you can easily use those skills to kind of slide in, slide out of other ecosystems as well. Because if you can develop for Ethereum, you can develop for Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, so much other stuff. How can devs make a killing in a bear market? by, I mean, the same way they make a killing in a bull market by working on projects where they're well paid. So what are my thoughts on Solana? I mean, Solana, in my opinion, has got, I mean, talking about the technology itself, it's got, it's definitely made some different trade-offs than Ethereum has. It's got a ways to go in order to really achieve the technical robustness that people want in a blockchain and trust. It's had a lot of downtime recently. It's had a lot of technical issues that I think is, not great. Put it that way. So I'm not saying Solana can't be a big, widely adopted technology long term, but it's definitely facing some headwinds right now. And people, wondering, should they learn Solana as a developer? I mean, if that's what you really want to do, you can. I would say if you're a beginner, it's going to be harder because Rust is a harder programming language to learn for beginners, much more low level. Solidity is a much more beginner-friendly language. You're going to have to work with more complex concepts in Rust. That's going to be tough if you haven't done that type of programming before. Thoughts on how blockchain will affect the gaming industry? I think gaming is definitely a huge, industry that can be disrupted by blockchain. Okay, especially for in-game assets, taking those assets out of the game. That being said, gaming's got a ways to go before I think, blockchain's going to completely take it over because it's hard to build a good game. All right, building a DeFi application is not that hard in the grand scheme of things. I mean, it's hard, right? But like all you got to do is write the smart contracts, make the oracles work, and then write a user interface. That's all you got to do. With a game, you have to build an immersive experience that people get addicted to. That's really hard to do. So it just takes a lot of time, a lot of money to create something like that. The complexity is way higher. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there for today. As always, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. You're going to find out about these live streams whenever we do them Monday through Friday on this channel. And then, make sure you hold your spot for this Blockchain Bootcamp 2.0 launch. I'm super excited about this, up until this point. Blockchain Bootcamp's been the best way to change your career and break into the blockchain industry, and that opportunity is getting even better with the Blockchain Bootcamp 2.0 on Thursday, July 14th. So even if you signed up on this page before over dappuniversity.com/bootcamp, you need to re-enter your email to hold your spot so I know to watch for you. So that's going to come up a lot sooner than you think. I'm super excited to share this with everybody. I've been working on this for a long time. So that's all I got for today. And until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.